Hi, Bill here again. I'm obviously doing the same as I did with the last video with Utopia. This one is for Infinitor, and I think it's Toyworld's Infinitor, basically Fortress Maximus. So again, like the last video, I'll show you the different points of this. Now you can see the figure itself there. It's actually quite cool. The main difference is the tower, because it's fully across. It's not like the original Force Max, so it's only got half of that, and it's got a little kind of weird bit, and it's only half of the tower. The cockpit is right all the way across in this one, which is, yeah, it's just okay. It obviously doesn't conform to the, you know, unless you're a purist, it won't conform to the actual original Fort Max.
Now he does have a little headmaster in here. Now he does not come with stickers. He comes fully painted with all the paint apps. So Cerebro/Spike has some clear red plastic, some red paint, but it's all detailed all around. He's got a couple of blue stripes here on the forehead. We'll go ahead and just turn him into head mode right here. Just turn his legs around, snap them together, tap him into there, and there's his head mode, which we'll get to later on. He does fit up in here. Bring the legs up. There's little panels here.
That's nice that you've got little panels that cover that
the foot up,
gap.
leg up.
Now you see what happened there.
The old G1 Fort Max, just kind of full.
You see what happened there. That bit there is hinged. I don't quite get that. Hold on, I'll show you on this figure. Because this is, I know it's not showing up very well, but this is the, obviously the Cabaya, but there's a bit there on that one that's hinged. I don't quite get what that hinge bit is for. Right, another thing it doesn't have, and I'll show you on this, because it's very similar to the Cabaya, because you can see there, you can see it's all one piece, it's not thinged, because unlike, now this is the knockoff version, it doesn't have this bit that folds forward to form another ramp. See, this is the knockoff version, this isn't the Cabaya. Cabaya is the same as that because it doesn't have that on there. So again, with purists, if you're a purist, you'll not like that feature either. You know, and that's the thing I was talking about the tower. Obviously, on this one it doesn't have a thingy, but one side doesn't have the cockpit and the other side does. So, you know, that's to do with the original. The other thing it doesn't have, and if you can see in there, the full-size one has, is, actually, hold on, I'll show, is it doesn't have that, with the light shining in there, it doesn't have that ramp, see that ramp, because in the full-size version, a car would go in there, into the lift, and it would roll down the ramp, but that one there doesn't have it, and neither does the Cabaya, but the knockoff version does. See, all the way through to the other side. There's the ramp there. So that's another thing that figure doesn't have. But it's still like Utopia. It's still more articulated than these versions in the Cabaya.
These panels right here rotate.
See, I love how these panels, I'll show you this again, how these panels rotate, because again, in the Cabaya, they're just solid pieces, and in the original, I think it's a solid piece as well. It can't rotate, because both sides can rotate round. I don't quite get why they did that, because in these ones, and the knockoff versions, you can still put it into its 3 modes without them moving. So, I don't know why they added that. It's good that they did. I mean, it adds that extra feature that you can do. You know, these rotate right round. But it just seems a bit strange. I mean, you know yourself, you've got these figures and you've got the original and you've got the knockoffs and they don't move. And you can still get the 3 modes out of it, you know. But But I don't understand why they've done that. But what I'm saying is they could have easily left it like that these don't rotate. But it's a nice added feature that it does rotate. There we go. It just seems to be one of those weird things. But what I say, it gives it more articulation than the standard figures.
Which then
see, also does it.
Its arms up, unpeg the two tower halves carefully because there is a clear plastic peg in here.
You see that? It's on a hinge, that cockpit.
There we go. On apart without breaking it, please. There we go. Pull those back and around the body here. And here you can see those hip guns do flip out on both sides. Bring the arms down. I'll fold the ramp up. Fold this down to his back. And these actually swing around and rotate.
See, I love how these rotate.
Here.
That's cool, that.
Like that. And then you see these plug in here, up here. Just feet down.
Yeah, that's
stand
cool.
Straight here. Just as a quick comparison with the BotCon Scorponok, since they look decent together. That's about the scale I would stick them at, based on their G1 toys. I mean, Scorponok actually is, in general, a little bit more massive than Fort Max, but he's much, he's a whole head taller here. This move. Right,
a couple of things with Infinitor. You don't get gasket and grommet with it, because you got what have I done with this thing? Because you got that with the original G1 figure, and he also doesn't come with his sword, Infinitor. But in the Kabaya version, he comes with his sword. See, there's Kabaya. You get the gun, you get the sword, but you don't seem to get the sword with that. And there's the power glide you get with him, and there's wind charger, but you don't get gasket and grommet. That comes with the Kabaya, by the way. You don't get that, seem to get that with this figure. I don't mean wind charger and power glide. You don't get gasket and grommet with them, which would be pretty cool. So that's the only downside that I can see of the figure. Obviously, his hands, I never showed you in the video, his hands actually flip out from a panel underneath. It just opens and flips out. But again, I think it's moulded. It looks like a little hinge there. It might could open and close. Pew never showed it. But and that bit there can actually open up. It looks as if it's on a hinge pivot, and it can hinge and it can open. So it is a pretty cool toy. And one other thing is, the knockoffs obviously don't come with any weapons or accessories like the figures and that. So in Fort Max knockoffs, but this one only seems to come with its gun. Doesn't come with a sword, doesn't come with gasket or grommet or any other small figures. You can probably use other figures with it. Now, I showed you there, he only showed that edition of Scorponok, but he didn't do a size comparison with the Kabaya figure, so we don't know how tall this thing is. The size of the guy's hands, I would say, he might be slightly taller than a Kabaya. We never really got, he never really even mentioned whether it was Voyager sized. Well, it's obviously going to be Voyager size or leader class. I say it probably leader class, or between Voyager and leader class, but he never really stated what size Infinitor is. So that's the other problem, is we don't know. Now I'm going to pricing. Yeah, here in the UK on eBay, I don't know why it says £79.99 in there, but it's £82.99. Okay, well, it says 3 on sale, so you can get Infinitor. It's far, far cheaper than obviously Utopia. It's small, because obviously a smaller figure, even though it has all the, you know, like, it has a lot of articulation like Utopia. It's far, far, far cheaper. So I don't know if I've got another one here. Hold on to check. Ah, there it is, £79.99. I'll try and zoom it in. So there's one at £79.99, but I don't know if that's the American one, because it doesn't have American price. So there's one at £79.99. I don't know what that other one was then, because it says UK, new UK, so that's £82.99. It says £79.99 up there. So I'm not 100% sure what price it is. It probably is going for sale at £79.99, but it is far cheaper getting Infinitor than obviously Utopia, when you're getting that same dexterity or articulation, same sort of articulation with this figure. I think that bit in the middle there, can you see it's got a red angle, it can open up. You put your vehicle, little tiny, your tiny wee vehicles in there, if you've got any. So it's pretty cool. But that's it for Toyworld's Infinitor. Just my thoughts on it. Again, I'm utilising previous videos. I'm sorry, I know you'll probably be angry at me and say, how dare I use that without his permission, blah blah blah, but you know, just to show the differences between this and the Kabaya, and what, for purists, what they might not like about this and they would like about the original, and the differences between that and the cake knockoffs and the Kabaya. Obviously the articulation's better in this, but it's far, far, far cheaper. I would definitely go for Infinitor. And again, I don't know, $6 if you've ordered Infinitor. If again, he might already have and he's on his way to you, because I really do like the Fort Maxes. I would have liked the full size one, but it's far, far, far too dear. Even a second hand one is probably still too dear. So this is a great alternative, and it's all these moving parts on it, far more than the originals and the knockoffs and the Kabayas. Okay, I better stop this video, it's running out fast. Okay, thanks, bye.